Hey there, everybody. I'm Tom Day. Welcome back to the channel. Today, I'm going to do a little case study for you on how someone lost about $42,000 on an auction not too long ago. And hopefully, these insights that I'm going to pass on to you will keep you from making the same mistake that this person made. You know, the one thing you really need to know about bidding on auctions in Florida is that if you're bidding on a first mortgage auction, any junior liens that are associated with the property get wiped out. However, if you are bidding on junior liens or HOA or condo liens, municipal liens, any other liens that are associated with that property remain, and you are subject to paying those off if you want to keep the property. So I'm going to show you this particular auction that took place in October, early October. Where is it? Here it is, in Lauderhill. It's a condominium. So all you have to do is click on the case number there. That's the case number. And you can see who the plaintiff is. The plaintiff, the person or the entity that's foreclosing on the property, is the condominium association right here. So this person, whoever this is, bid it up to $42,000, and they think they got a great deal, most likely, because I went and checked out this property. I figure it's worth somewhere around $140,000 to $150,000. Here it is. I went and looked at the comps in this particular neighborhood, and it's kind of a rundown complex, to be honest with you. Inverary Country Club used to be the place to be back in the 70s, but now not so much. Prices, values have been on the decline in there. I saw a recent sale in there for a similar sized condo at about, I think, $145,000. And this particular, the one that was sold at auction, was for sale this year. Here's the MLS. Well, hold on. Here's the MLS listing, and you can see from these photos down below that it's not a wreck. It looks livable. So I figure it's worth somewhere around $140,000 to $150,000. It didn't sell at $155,000, but I think they were pretty close. Yeah, so look, being able to buy, you're not going to be able to buy a condo that's worth $150,000 for $42,000. It's just not going to happen. If it looks too good to be true, it is indeed too good to be true. I don't think this person has any idea, or probably they are just learning that they are about to be screwed, or they're getting screwed on this deal. Because what I did was I found the prior owner, and I went to the Broward County Official Records website. All this information is readily available. But really, before you bid on any auction, you should be running lien search. Pay for a lien search. They cost between $50 and $100, and you can find out what exactly you're bidding on and what other liens might be associated with the property you're bidding on. So here's all the, I guess, legal documents and records associated with this property or this person. And all I had to do was just scroll down and I could find that back in April of 2025, a Liz Pendens notice was sent to the owner from the first mortgage holder, Deutsche Bank. So there is indeed and sorry, I got ahead of myself. There's also a final judgment. Oh, wait a minute. No, that's not it. I'll show you the final judgment. I'm getting ahead of myself. So there is a Liz Pendens notice, and that means that just puts everybody on notice that there will be another foreclosure action on this property brought by the first mortgage holder. So by pulling up this Liz Pendens notices, I can find the case number. There it is right there. It says right there, case number. And then I go over to the Broward County Clerk of the Courts website. And here I can find all the information that's posted about this particular foreclosure case. And so I scroll down and I can see that here it is. Here's the original filing. Wait a minute. Here's the original complaint that goes back to April. And up here, I'm looking for the final judgment. So, here's the final judgment right here. It was posted on October 17th, which was only 10 days after the HOA auction, in which that bidder won. So that the bidder that won that in that October auction probably had no idea what was happening. Final judgment was issued on October 17th, and here's what it looks like. It gives the amount that's owed by owed to the lender, Deutsche Bank. Here it is, the total. $71,059.62. So the lender is foreclosing to collect that amount. Now, if you add that number together with the winning bid for the condo foreclosure auction, which was $42,000, you get $113,000. Which if that high bidder had known about this, they could have gone to the bank and paid this off, and still have gotten a reasonably decent deal. $113,000 for a $150,000 condo is not bad. It's okay. But instead, what's happened is the lender foreclosed. They're the new owner, and the prior winner from the October auction is out of luck. They're going to lose that entire $42,000 that they bid. And I'm going to show you the auction that took place in November. See here, here's the same property, same address, different case number from the condo foreclosure. And oddly, it comes up just short of the final judgment amount. So the plaintiff, who is the lender, won it. And here's a bid history right there. But there's a more detailed bid history in the case on the Clerk of the Courts website. Here it is. See, there's the plaintiff who's bidding, and he ultimately won at $69,000. But there was somebody else bidding on it who could have won this property for anything above that amount, because that's the maximum that the lender is typically going to be bidding up to. They just want to collect their what's due to them from the final judgment. So somebody could have bid just up above that number, say $71,200 or $100, and they could own this property for that amount because the person who won the HOA auction got foreclosed on, and they're out of the picture completely now, and they've lost their money. So now it's back to the lender. What they'll do is they'll hire a broker like myself to go and get this property sold for them. Interesting case here. Two people really missed out. How can you prevent this from happening? Well, you always want to run a lien search before you bid on any property. That'll tell you whether you are indeed bidding on a first mortgage, or if you are bidding on a junior lien like an HOA or condo association lien or foreclosure, that you know or can figure out what else is owed on it and then bid intelligently. It's clear to me anyway that the person who won this back in the first auction in October didn't bother to do any of that, thought they got a great deal, and ultimately probably it looks like they lost $42,100. And I see this happen quite often. They'll probably cry and moan about it, maybe try and take this to court, but they'll unlikely to get their money back because you're supposed to know these things if you're bidding on these auctions. You're supposed to know that they're subject to other liens, and you have to bid accordingly. So that's it. I'll have more tips for you on this channel regarding foreclosure auctions and other foreclosure strategies. I'm Tom Day, and I want to thank you for watching. Please subscribe to my channel.